This is Wild on 7th, your favorite Wild podcast. Did you guys see this? This is unbelievable. What is that all about, Kinger?
Get in here for the real thing. Like, let's get weird.
Maybe I blacked out trying to figure out what was going on.
Doubt, worry, fear, because that's what we're breaking the mold on here.
Welcome to Wild on 7th, presented by Pilot Games. We're here until it's here.
All right, welcome back to Wild on 7th, your favorite Wild podcast, presented by Pilot Games. Make sure when you're out enjoying your New Year's libations.
That's right.
Yeah, King will be out. That you grab one of the tablets, use their products, because when you do, your community wins. Kinger, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We're
Right
recording this on Monday. What is it, the 30th today?
Yeah, kind of a weird day. It's like stuck in between all the holidays.
And with the way that the holidays shook up, like, what was Christmas on, like a Thursday?
Wednesday.
It was a Wednesday.
By the way,
with a weekend in the middle, it's felt like every
Ideal.
day is a Saturday.
Ideal for the work week. If you can hit that Christmas Wednesday.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just chaos. What's today? Should I be working? I don't think so. Like, I don't know when we feel like a normal day of work, like packing your lunchbox and going to work. It might be like January 8th by the time we feel normal.
Back to normal. And there's going to be a lot of depression that day.
Yeah, it's going to be severe reentry. Your email is going to sear like lasers into your eyes.
Maybe it won't be bad, though, because there's like a soft landing because you'll have to be to work the 3rd, right?
Yeah.
The 1st is a Wednesday, too.
I'm going in
Second,
today, but we're
Thursday.
still in no man's land today. It's like 12:30.
A lot of out-of-office replies.
What's 12:30? What? It's not New Year's Eve. It's not New Year's Day. It's just this little hanging chad. You can get some good. This is like a day when you come in and like do all your receipts, that have been in your backpack for 6 months. You can do some stuff, but yeah, I like it. You can't get much better than. Did you have a good holiday?
Yeah, good holiday. And before I forget, because I just thought about this, we should give a shout out to anybody that has a birthday from December 25th to January 1st, because those birthdays are always forgotten.
Yeah,
We had a girl on the 10A team that had a birthday. Didn't want to tell anybody. It's like she's lived her whole life without actually having a birthday because it was December 26th. We're here. We're here to say happy birthday. Your birthdays matter too. Let's party. But yeah, what were you going to say? Sorry to cut you off.
My niece, 12/25 birthday. Tough.
That is tough, isn't it?
You're going head to head with Jesus. You're like, it's Jesus's birthday, also mine. It's tough, right?
How does that day go? Does she wake up in the morning and open the birthday present or the Christmas present?
So Christmas goes first, and then there's like they do almost like a
first
palate cleansing, like where it's almost like eat some bread, spit in a cup, and now we're on to the birthday. Usually an ice cream cake. We sing to her. Couple gifts, but yeah, that's a tough one. The 12/25 or 12/26. Everyone's just like done with it. They're like, we got wrapping paper in the recycling bin. Here's one gift,
My sister's 12/28, and she just like grabs my parents and forces them to have a party for her. Like, you're taking me to dinner, and they're like, no, we don't want to eat out anymore. We're so tired. But no, it works. But what are you doing? You got plans for New Year's Eve?
I'm going to settle in and I'm actually going to watch the World Juniors U.S.-Canada game is that night. The Wild also play against Nashville. So I think I'm going to watch a little Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen, just kind of hunker. New Year's Eve creates a lot of stress, a lot of expectations for the greatest night ever. And it usually isn't, so we're just going to hang out.
Right.
How about you? You going out or?
Well, I'm hoping to be ready to celebrate multiple things.
You doing the game?
The 10A squad, has figured it out.
Really?
White Bear.
I should pull up.
So we're at Danglefest, the tournament in Blaine, big tournament, and we've got a semifinal match tonight. And
ooh, good luck.
Who you win that one? Then tomorrow will be a big day.
Who are you playing?
Centennial tonight.
All right, get them.
Yeah.
Pitlick.
Go Bears. Go Bears. But I want to ask, actually, so let's introduce who the guest is on this show.
One of my favorite shows every year, The Wags. And basically, Danielle Spurgeon, I think, would be like the queen of the pink ladies. Like she wears the C for the Wags.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a force of nature. And then she kind of brings her if she's the kangaroo, she brings the Joey with her. And this time it's Lauren Hartman, new mom. I think people will enjoy this. You get a different take. You're going to learn some stuff about Danielle that I did not know that you got a nice tip on. I tried to open champagne horribly. By the way, opening champagne incorrectly and pouring it incorrectly in front of Danielle Spurgeon's like spilling champagne in front of Paris Hilton.
Like you feel bad that you just insulted.
Yeah, I was like, this is like, now I have no credibility. When I popped it fine, but then it went all over the ground, and I didn't
Then
tip
you poured it into a
glass.
styrofoam cup.
Yeah, I didn't turn it. I felt bad, but I think she still had fun.
She had fun. And the reason I bring that up is you open up a little bit about gifts. How did they go over?
They went well, actually.
Really?
Yeah. The big hit was I did the wife had bought this jacket for the daughter, and she loved it, and basically was so happy she had bought this for the daughter, but she really wanted one for herself. Daughter lives in Boston. Dig into the Amazon box, find the receipt, and got her the same jacket. And so I had to time it. So the daughter opens it, and I'm doing like, open the big one last, honey. Open the big one last. And so the last gift of the day was the same jacket after she had been raving to the daughter how cool this jacket was. Then she got it, and the AirPods fit without the inserts. Danielle said the women need the inserts on the AirPods. No problem so far. Did get the Middleton sweatshirt came. She's not, I don't know if she's going to wear it to like a game. She's like, I can't wear it like something with one guy to a Wild game. That's weird. We see him around sometimes. Why would I be wearing like a Jake sweatshirt? So I might have misplayed that a little bit, but it would be in our house. I guess she can wear it at home.
That's good.
Yours went well, the couples massage and all that? Yeah,
all that stuff was good. So do you, when you give the jackets, what's next now? It seems like they're leather jackets, are they?
No, they were winter coats on Amazon.
Winter
it's an army green. Lots of zippers. It's like an internet sensation, It's one of those like random $120 things made in China that gets super popular on the internet. Pretty cool jacket. They both have been wearing it around White Bear because the daughter's home. So we sort of look like a team of some sort walking into places. But yeah, it was good. It was a good holiday. Both kids were home, and I like having stacks of shoes in the front entryway.
You like tripping over them?
Just when you become an empty nester, you usually used to not like that.
You don't know what.
Now it's like, yeah, we got the people here. We're doing stuff. It's a hive again. You know about honey. It's a hive.
I like it. Well, should we get into the Wild a little bit?
I'd love to. Love to.
So a lot. There wasn't a lot of hockey because of the Christmas break, but
the mandated Christmas break, holiday break
for some, which has turned out to be an interesting thing.
Who cheated on the break?
Dallas.
What did they do?
They practiced the 26th.
Really? Yeah. Wow, well, that didn't make a difference.
Maybe it did.
Was Ottinger?
Dallas got tired.
Ottinger was practicing leaning on the left post.
Brought to the corner, courtesy of Brock Faber. So let's get into it. Before the break, they play Chicago, and they end up winning that game. Gus comes back. I don't think he was great, but they win it.
They score 4 goals.
Yeah, which
not terrible. We need that.
And they have their superstar in the lineup, Kirill Kaprizov.
Heard of him.
Then we go to the break. Come out of the break.
He's gone. He's on the Bosch Law injury report, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, and what's he doing there?
I don't know. I never saw him get hurt. So you're watching the game. You're an analyst. What happened?
So
this guy can't get hurt, and we don't even know how. That's a tragedy.
Yeah. So we'll make this official. The Bosch Law injury report. Kirill Kaprizov was placed on it sometime over the Christmas break. Apparently. He's had some injury that's been nagging him for a bit, and it got checked out over Christmas, and he was day to day. So there wasn't like an event, if that makes sense, where he got hit and this happened. It was something that apparently he had been dealing with for a period of time, of which we don't know beforehand, and it's been enough to keep him out a couple of games after the break. And he's been labeled as day to day, and as far as I know, I think that's a legitimate, prognostication. He's day to day. He could be back at any point in time.
That's just horrible, not having Kirill in the lineup. That's horrible. That's like a restaurant being like, we don't have any entrees. at all? We're day to day.
So over the yeah, it's like maybe going to the bank and the bank not having money. That happened to me over Christmas break.
Like, we got suckers and pens that are chained down. That's it. No money. Yeah. It's not fun to not have Kirill in the lineup.
I also one time went to KFC and they had no chicken left.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it just FC?
Yes.
Okay. Or no, it would be KF. Sorry.
Kentucky Fried.
Can't do anything right.
Just batter. But so that's obviously concerning. The good news is the Wild get Eriksson Ek back on Sunday for the Ottawa game, and they're getting a little healthy. Still Middleton, Lauko on the shelf, but yeah, the one that everybody I think is circled is Kirill Kaprizov, and they go to Dallas without him, and boy, in a game. There's a lot to talk about in the Dallas game. So Dallas apparently, if you haven't heard, it's illegal to practice at any point from the 24th, 25th, 26th. That's why the Wild had to fly at 7 a.m. on the 27th to get to Dallas. And Dallas apparently held an optional skate on the 26th. And now the rule, I think, is written such that the club can't even provide ice. So
was this at a different
Let's say the captains wanted to have a captain's practice, much like that's how high schools get around skating before the season start and captain's practice, no coaches, they've organized it themselves. Teams aren't even allowed to offer ice up. They can't use the facilities. It's against the rules. And Dallas had an optional practice on the 26th.
Where?
In Dallas.
On their ice or
yes.
See, I don't like this. Why do they get to do things different?
Well, they're going to get stung.
I hope so.
They're going to get stung.
Give them a big number.
Yeah. Yeah. So that one's going to sting. And it makes sense why. Like, it's just not fair. You think about the Wild having to wake up at 5:30 in the morning. These guys go to bed closer to 5:30 in the morning than they do wake up 5:30 in the morning, especially with travel. So they've got to get up after 3 days off, 5:30 in the morning, jump on an airplane, fly a couple hours, get to Dallas, land skate, try to take a nap, go play a game. And it looked like they had that travel the first two periods. They had 9 shots through 40 minutes, and all of a sudden they found their legs in the third, a little battle level, a little bit of luck, and they find a way to win what turned out to be an emotional one, I think.
What a game. So I'm calling this the turducken game because there were 3 moments in one game, which I've never really seen, I don't think, in a Wild game. So you had the Faber tush push of Zuccarello, which is just wonderful. You had the Marcus Foligno can jump 3 feet in the air somehow goal. And then you had the wraparound with Faber where Ottinger just goes full Roomba. He's stuck in the corner. He can't get out of there, and we wrap it around for the winner against a team we dislike. Against a playoff team? I mean, that without Kirill Kaprizov?
Right.
I mean, are you kidding me? Meanwhile, Latvia has beaten Canada in the World Juniors. Let's just have a day. Sad Canadians, happy Brock, let's go.
And Dallas had absolutely had the Wild's number. They were 6-0-1 in their last 7. It outscored them 30-9. And then you go to Dallas on tough travel.
Without 97.
I mean, you go into the third down 2. And in the final 10 minutes, you tie it up and win it in overtime. First shift overtime.
Take 2 points.
Exclamation point.
Just an outstanding win. I think
it's like they beat the Stars up and ate their lunch too.
Well, it's probably karma from breaking the rules with that practice. I do think it started with the Faber goal, the 3rd goal against Chicago. He's got the megawatt smile. We beat the team we're supposed to beat. That was a nice little window there. That Chicago victory, as messy as it might have been. And then the unlikely Dallas win. I mean, that was a tasty little entree there, 2 in a row.
Speaking of tasty, any dips on the buffet line?
As a matter of fact, went to the White Bear Bar for the Viking game yesterday, and people brought dips in. You can bring your own stuff. And
BYOD?
Yeah, BYOD. Okay, now that's that's good. You should BYOD if you're going to like a New Year's Eve. Everybody, think of how unhealthy we've been living for 10 days. I mean, it's just eggnog and food and dinners out and people are home. Let's tighten things up, head into the new year, go get yourself a veggie tray, maybe get yourself some potato chips and get some of Jimmy's delicious dips. Maybe it's the dill dip, maybe it's ranch. Do your thing. Real sour cream, Minnesota company, family run. Don't you be messing with my dresser. I should give you something back. All right, let's think about this. If you, how's the ODR and what's the water situation like over in your house?
Smooth.
I bet.
That was tape to tape, baby. The ODR is
Wet.
surviving, not thriving.
Okay.
But that's okay, man.
It's a long game.
Yeah, we've got to have patience. But one thing you don't have to have patience with, it's hard water in your home. And I do have hard water. There's a corner of the rink that's orange, plenty of iron. But fortunately, my friends at Aquarius Home Services have products through Connecticut that help solve that problem. So if you want to eliminate hard water and all the hassles that go away with it and enjoy smoother, softer skin, Kinger, maybe shiny fixtures, cleaner, softer laundry, go check out one of their systems. They've got a 25% coupon going on right now. If you get the whole home water system, that means K5, reverse osmosis at the top, the water softener downstairs, you get all that going, 25% off your whole home system. I love it. Family loves it. Water's great. We love drinking it. We love showering it. Laundry's great. Can't beat it. And now the rink's surviving too. But AquariusHomeservices.com. Check them out. Free water analysis. Aquarius, earning the right to be recommended.
Well done. The K5. Is there a flex on your water system? Do you have a flex? Are you like an 85 flex, or is there any more details? No?
No, there is.
K5 sounds
There is flex pecs underneath the sink, though. That's the piping to all the plumbers out there. The flexible
flex
pecs piping.
I like it. I like it. Can we go into, you created something in my head that I can't get out as a terrible Minnesota sports fan. So you had some statistics, and it was sort of like, in summary, the Wild beat the teams they're supposed to beat, but when they play playoff teams, they're 500. And I found that to be a little bit, I'm a little troubled by that, right? Ottawa got us yesterday, only scored one. I'm watching the Vikings beat the Packers, right? And so that, I want to get out of this mold of the way it's always been, and how are we? I mean, we haven't been healthy, right? But should we worry about this, the amount of goals we're scoring, the offense specifically against good teams? Seems like you can get 4 against Chicago, but when you're playing Ottawa, all of a sudden you get 1, or you're playing Winnipeg or Florida, you get 1 or 0. I don't know. How worried are we about that?
Well, I don't know that we should be that worried. And if you go across the league, it's kind of the case for most every team. You beat the teams that you should. You have a good record against those guys. So let's say the Wild had 20 games against subpar non-playoff teams. You do want to be 15-5. It's what you have to be. And against the good teams, somewhere around 500 is adequate. If you're above 500, then you're doing well. And the Wild are right at 500, maybe a little bit below against the playoff teams. So I think that's the true measure of a good team, though. You think about it, if you're going to be in a playoff series and you're going 7 games, can you win the 7th? And can you go 4-3 against that group? You're not trying to win 7 games in a row. It doesn't matter. But can you be the better team in 1 game at a time? And I think if you look at the underlying numbers, there's a little concern there, because against those teams, the offense drops significantly.
It dries up.
Yeah. The defense all of a sudden starts to struggle a little bit more. The special teams are under a lot more duress, and everything changes against those good clubs. And it should, but I just think it can't change as drastically as it has. But I think we can also look at some of the guys that will be coming back, Eriksson, and the numbers. Did you see the stat we put on the broadcast for the Ottawa game?
I watched it. Yeah, what was it?
With Eck and without Eck.
Yeah, they're like 15-3 or something.
Yeah,
like yeah, they're crazy with that. And by the way, I don't think Eck, ever since he got that nose break, he's working his. There's Eriksson Eck as a defensive forward, and then there's Eriksson Eck full strength, like your third leading scorer, might get 2 points, shut down the other team, plays in all situations. I think he's still working his way back to full Eriksson.
It does feel like the punch derailed him, doesn't it?
Yeah, because that's his game. He's in your face, and
I should say the punch with the busted nose.
Yeah, I mean, but he's just. I know he's going to get there. He's got to string together enough games to really start feeling himself. We saw this with Foligno. We saw this with Spurgeon, where it takes a minute, right, to feel your body and get back to where you were. But he is such an important piece. When he goes down, I don't want Kirill to miss games, but it seems like the team can somehow quilt it together when he's gone occasionally. When Ek is out, it's a rugged ride, man.
Well, and this is why he plays in all situations. We talk about it a lot. Let me just throw the numbers out there so everybody listening can understand how important he is. With Ek in the lineup, the Wild are 16-3-3.
Unreal.
Without him in the lineup, coming into the Ottawa game, they were 6-6-1. So the points percentage, almost 800 with him, 500 without him. The goals for, 3.41. The goals now without Eriksson, 2.38. Down over a goal, 0.2 per game. That's amazing if you think about it.
That's your MVP. In some ways.
That's Kaprizov's, that's his output. And Ecker might not have the output, and we're not saying that he's the sole reason for this, but he's a big part of it. And now let's go to the other side of this. And this is where I think it's telling how important he is. Goals against. 2.5 when he's in the lineup, 3.15 when he's not. So you're allowing, over half a goal more per game without Eriksson Ek. So not only do you score more with him, you give up less with him. And you start to see why it's challenging to win without him, because the margin changes by over a goal and a half. He makes that big a difference.
You really have a situation where Kirill is your best player, but it's tough to argue Ek is your most valuable player in terms of, and that's not shade on Kirill, obviously, but if he's out of the lineup, it's just a problem on like 6 different levels.
And now this one, goal differential. Plus 20 when he's in the lineup, minus 10 when he's not.
Yikes.
You're going to win a lot of games with a plus 20 goal differential over 20 games,
Yeah, no, so let's stay real healthy, Ecker, and
put him in bubble wrap.
Yeah, get him up to full speed.
It's a little concerning, though, because in the past, he's been able to heal instantly.
Yeah,
he goes into the hyperbaric chamber and he comes back like Wolverine, ready to go.
I think he should wear the NBA mask, the glass mask that the guys wear when they break their nose.
I'm trying to think of the guy who wore it from the Detroit Pistons back. Was it Hamilton?
It was so terrifying. Yeah. But he'd be perfect in that. People already want to punch him in the face, and if he was wearing that, it would just be great. A little Hannibal Lecter wouldn't hurt. Do you want to? So this next stretch here. Hopefully, 97's in the lineup on New Year's Eve against our friends from Nashville coming into town. Then we go on the road to Washington and the Canes, who I think are both having decent years as well. So we got another tough stretch here for 3 games.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we couldn't catch the Washington Capitals with Alex Ovechkin on their Bosch Law injury report. He's healthy. But you know what? I think I'd rather watch him play right now. Don't you feel like it's exciting with him chasing this down? He comes back from and this is unbelievable when I think about it. Think about Ovechkin's career. This injury right now is the longest he's ever been out.
Yeah, he's an ox.
I don't know how you can play his style for that long without being hurt an extended period of time. This is the first one. He's like 40 years old. And then he comes back, gets an empty netter. And then I love how one of the members of the media kind of chirped him. Yeah, but it was an empty netter, and he just kind of let him have it. Did you hear that?
What did he say back? I didn't see it.
Oh, you think it's easy? Why don't you go out there and try to score an empty netter? Which is kind of true.
He's the best. I like Ovi a lot. I'm so happy he won the one when he did, and now he trademarked it, right? It's called the Great Chase or something. He's with the number 8 in great, like like Alex owns that copyright for whatever the branding is. It's a mix of Gretzky with the great one, and then the number 8. I was like, that's when you know a guy is going to break a record.
he's already got it.
Like, oh, you got .org and .com and .biz on all that? Okay, great.
That's like making your own nickname, though. You almost can't do that. You can't do that.
Well, remember the Bears did the Super Bowl shuffle before they won the Super Bowl. That's maybe one of the most gangster things I've ever seen.
You already dropped a line today that's similar to that, tush push. Isn't that?
That's an Eagles thing.
Yeah, it's copyrighted by the Eagles.
The whole that play, I mean, him shoving him forward,
This is Faber now.
Yeah, Faber pushing Zuccarello in the neutral zone, just giving him a little juice. Before maybe he went off. I don't know if Brock went off, but it was just it was a true tush push on the ice and got him into that play. I think they scored, right? It went to Brody.
Yeah, it's a little fast and furious.
Yeah, I like that.
The nitrous, little boost.
Yeah, that was good. That's just those moments, man. The wraparound, the comments on the wraparound were the best. Just all this, there was like 5,000 people like Ottinger's controller is unplugged because he just stayed left. I don't know if he was hooked on the post or what was happening, or maybe he just realized he's from Lakeville. He's about to play for Billy. He's like, you know what? Let's just give him this one. We practiced yesterday. We shouldn't have. Probably a good kid, Jake, good Minnesota boy. He's like, I'm just going to hug the post here. They deserve to win. They traveled today. They didn't practice yesterday illegally. I think he came home to his true self.
I made the comment that Otten, that he's making his buddies in Lakeville mad because he's just absolutely dominated the Wild, and now he's probably got no buddies back here. He's got to throw him a bone every once in a while.
Yeah,
what I think occurred on that play?
I don't know what happened.
I think Four Nations. I think
he's like sees Billy up in the box. He's like,
not necessarily that. It's Faber and Jake Ottinger, and they've played against each other. They know each other, and I think Ottinger wants to stop Brock Faber in that play. So he got a little too aggressive,
and he was
trying to cover that short side post, misses it, gets drugged to the corner, and then I didn't know Faber had it in him, to be honest with you. I mean, a wraparound's not like the hardest play in the world, but he still opened the
so
hips,
hard to score
2
a
and 10, little push, turn around, and then the toe of the stick, around the goal line, snap it in. It's harder than it looks, like Ovechkin says about empty netters. That wraparound was nice.
It was great. And the thing I like about Brock's game is, if we're down a goal, he just completely plays different, like in the third period. And I know obviously NHLers know game situations, but I think sometimes defensemen, they just have so much history of the way they're supposed to play. It's hard to break from the programming. That kid absolutely is like looking at the scoreboard, going, "Well, we're down 1. If we're either going to lose 3-1 or 2-1, we might as well do something." I mean, he is behind the dots and activating, and he becomes another forward. In whether or not he's scoring or not, it seems to start plays a lot when he jumps
and extend them.
Absolutely.
And I think the point you're making mentally when it comes to the D is that it's like burnt into their DNA, where and it's this sentiment. If a D asks you, did you notice me tonight? The right answer is no.
Yeah, it's like an offensive lineman. Yeah. Like I open the holes, but
if you didn't notice me, I had a really good game.
But that stuff is, it is so hard to take someone who has learned that their value is in not having bad things happen to be able to switch to making a good thing happen.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't matter, even if it's 3-1 with 6 minutes left. There's a lot of NHL Ds that are just like, I got my guy.
Yeah, and don't know how to switch.
Or don't have that element.
Right.
And he's.
But I think I think this group is starting to really figure Hines out. Like
Hines wants that for sure.
At times, I think he wants guys that can pick and choose. He doesn't want them doing that in the first period, second period, tight game. He wants to let the forwards and the systems and the structure help them get a lead, and then they want to protect it. But if they're chasing a game, he's like, go ahead.
Yeah, go. What's the difference between losing 4-1 or 2-1? We need to score another goal if we're going to win.
Full disclosure, there is a difference. Like it hurts you more when you get absolutely beat down versus when you're in a game. So there is a difference, and I don't think that all of a sudden Faber and Brodin and Spurgeon and Chisholm, and you can go down to Merrill and Bogosian right now too. They're not just freewheeling all of a sudden. They're picking their spots, and I think Hines has guardrails for them. You can pick spots, but pick them within these guardrails. This is it. No short side pinch, none of this. Mm-hmm. If you can be the fourth guy, beat your guy up the ice, get in, get out. If you can hold the play in the offensive zone, do it. If you need to get active, go down to that back post, go ahead, but get back. And they do.
In the Dallas game, they didn't get a lot of shots. It was kind of tough to watch first couple periods, but they were playing a great road game. They were down 1-0 on the road, traveled that day, hanging around, and just like you said, it's predictable. Like all of Hines' things, it's predictable. When they're going to push is going to be late in the game when they have their opportunity. It's not freelance, like you said.
So I'm just going to transition myself into one right now. With Hines and the comfort there, they're building a solid foundation. And if you have a solid foundation in your home, you want to make sure you have a good roof over the top of it to protect it. And our friends at Wild Construction can make sure that you have a top quality roof. They're GAF Master Elite certified roofers. And it's that time of year where you wouldn't put anybody up on your roof, maybe not even Santa Claus right now. So they can't get up there, but you can get on their schedule. They can still do exterior work and help you if you've got leaky windows or any problems with your siding, your doors. Wildconstruction.com. They'll make it happen. They've got resources on their website. If you want to make sure that you were within an area that had a storm or you had any damage, you got a year to look after it, give them a look.
If you're entertaining for New Year's Eve, head over to Cub. A lot of them have the liquor store attached. You can do that. They do deliver. Maybe get some Catawba juice. You remember this? If you have young kids, it makes them feel like they're drinking champagne, but it's not. They're going to have that at Cub. Maybe get some snacks. If you're cooking a big meal, can't go wrong at Cub. So this is your entertaining destination. Cub Foods, local grocery store, our favorite, supports sports throughout the Twin Cities, including the Wild on 7th pod. So let's give Cub some love because Cub loves us.
Nice. Good work. I want to talk about Marcus Foligno. So he sets a franchise record in hits.
Mm-hmm. Saw that. Past Cal Clutterbuck?
I think he holds it forever.
Forever. Interesting.
Well, here's why.
Forever is a long time.
Well, and that's true.
So you're saying this is like a Fleury thing, like the game has changed?
Right.
Okay.
Where the game is changing and the roles of players are changing, where I don't think, and there are anomalies like Brady Tkachuk that.
How about his shove?
Is a power forward? Yeah.
I mean, holy buckets. Spring loaded.
That was dangerous.
Top.
I thought
he hit his head. It looked like Rossi was
and then he got up right away and grabbed his head.
Yeah, he was processing, but Brady's a big boy.
But with Marcus, I think he holds it. He's got 3 more years on his deal now to extend his lead, but he's got 8 years under his belt in the Wild sweater right now. Imagine somebody playing 11 years and playing 11 years more.
The same team, yeah.
Right,
I see your point.
more physical than Marcus Foligno. And I think this is in an era where if you're a skilled, gritty guy, somebody that can score. Look at Tanner Jeannot, how he's gone from Nashville to Tampa to L.A.
Got the big ticket and then kind of
but
disappeared.
if you can potentially score 20 and you're tough and you hit, you're valuable. Like so valuable that you don't stay in an organization, but you don't score enough to be in their top 6. So unless you're Tom Wilson with the Washington Capitals, you have to score 30 to stay in their top 6 and to be in an organization that long. But if you have success at any point during that run, you're probably the most expendable guy. Like they have to get rid of you because they can't afford to pay you and they can't afford to keep you. I just think. And then the rules too, the way that they've changed the rules. Like there's no more Scott Stevens open ice hits. There aren't D that are frightening. A guy like Brock Faber might be able to one day become the hits leader, but it's going to be a different kind of hit. It's going to be a rub out or a bump in the D zone, and he might get 2-3 a game and then play 15 years in a wild sweater and somehow get it done. But I think it's a cool feather in Marcus Foligno's hat, and I think he extends the lead, and then he carries that torch for a long time.
And he's having a good year. I think you look at the stats; it's still kind of coming, but he's very. There's many games where you notice Marcus Foligno, whether it's physical, chipping in a goal, or a crazy play like jumping over a goal. But I think he's getting right back to what he wants to be.
So I think he's the definition of a power forward too. You think of Brady Tkachuk, they're straight line players that have some skill with their hands, but they score a certain kind of way, and it has to be a certain kind of way for them to be good and to be effective. And when Marcus is physical and when he's hitting, he plays better. It's almost like he gets taller and he gets better and the hands turn on. And I think he's aware of that. Like, he's got to go get a couple of good hits, and then all of a sudden he's into the game and feeling it. With that, I was impressed in the Ottawa game because I think last year's team and 2 years ago, the 7th Street Savages maybe would have come out in that Ottawa game. It was physical. It was a tight checking game. I think there could have easily been frustration, and it didn't materialize. Like, they didn't let Brady Tkachuk be a factor, to be a menace, to change the momentum of the game. I just liked that they took a patient approach. They were in that game till the very end because of it. I think the last couple of years they've been able to get distracted and start chasing being the tougher team, and it's cost him. Now, full disclosure, I like being the tougher team. I think that has a massive competitive advantage. I just think that it's good the Wild are learning this lesson. We can be tough without having to prove we're tough. And I think that showed up in the Ottawa game. Despite the fact they lose that one, I just like the patience in it.
And you're missing Lauko, you're missing Middleton, so there's a little grit on the injury report as well. But yeah, I love a physical game. Do you want your World Junior update?
Yeah, let's do a World Junior update, and then I want to look at the Central Division real quick. Just 30 seconds each team in the Central right now, and then we'll throw it to the Wives.
Okay, here's your brief World Junior update. First of all, if you're listening to this, the U.S. plays Canada New Year's Eve night, so that's one you want to circle if you're not going out. Canada lost a shocking game in a shootout to Latvia. So if you're someone who enjoys watching Canadians crying on television, that happened. U.S.'s goal song is Freebird, something you might like, Carter. We lost to Finland yesterday, so the pool is kind of shaking out where U.S., Canada, Finland are going to be kind of mucked up at the top. U.S. team looks good. Buyum looks good. A lot of wild draft picks in this tournament. You're going to enjoy this shimmy shake at the blue line from this Zeev Buyum. He's been very involved. U.S. looks pretty good. It's going to be a very interesting tournament, trying to get their first back-to-back gold medals ever. And last note, there's a guy on Canada they call Mustache Man. He seems to be a 19-year-old with a Jake Middleton mustache. He took a bad penalty the other night, but he's referred to as Mustache Man, people in the audience wearing fake mustaches. So these are a lot of reasons to maybe tune into the World Juniors, which is coming back here next year. 9 Minnesotans on the team, most from any state by far on this year's team. So if you're a hockey fan, turn on the new
Who's the favorite now?
I would say the U.S. is the favorite in this tournament this year.
So do you think the U.S. saw Canada lose to Latvia in a shootout and they took a log off the fire? Because who did you say they?
Well, we ended up playing Latvia the next.
To Finland?
We played Latvia the day after they beat Canada. We did beat them handily, and then we had a back-to-back against Finland and lost in overtime. Which Finland's good. So they're playing kind of how you should play in pool play. Pool play's over now, so we'll see what. I guess we have Canada one more pool play game, but it's good hockey. It's fun, and it's in Canada. It'll be in Minnesota next year. But when you beat Canada at home, this is in Ottawa right now, so it's worth watching. I like watching the young guns.
Good stuff. All right, let's just take a quick look around the Central Division. You've got the Winnipeg Jets, who are still just a wagon right now. They've won 3 in a row, 53 points on the year. They're comfortably in first place. Second place, it's the Wild. They've got 48 points, 37 games played. They're looking good, +7 goal differential. It's good. It's solid. But it looked like, I thought Colorado was fading, and I thought Dallas was fading, and that it was going to be two horses trying to chase the first spot, and I actually thought that Winnipeg would at some point would come back down to earth too. They seem to not be. They might be for real.
They score a ton of points, and their goals against is at like 80 or something. It's less than ours. And Colorado's a weird team if you look at their stats, because they score a bunch, they give up a bunch. They're kind of a hot mess. So that could be a scary team if they add some structure to Colorado, because they're almost like a lineman coming in at 280 at the start of the season. They're like, okay, we can work with this. It's been a little messy, but that scares me when you can put the puck in the net that easily.
But with Colorado, what makes them scary to me is what they don't have, you can find.
Yeah.
And what they do have,
you can't find.
You can't find. I
mean, they can put it they can put the biscuit in the basket.
Now, the one thing that they haven't had that is hard to get is goaltending. But if this deal for Blackwood works out for Colorado, that will be the deal of the year for sure. Dallas, I think Dallas is still underperforming. Their vets haven't played well. I think that they could get better. I think 3 years ago I was like, Dallas isn't going to be good. Jamie Benn, Tyler Seguin, these guys are getting too old. They can't be the go-to guys. And some other young guys have stepped up, Rupe, Hintz, and Robertson, but both of those guys, invisible in the game that we played against them. If they continue to play like that, Dallas has got no chance. Their young guys are good, Stankoven, Johnston, Harley, but they're not ready to be the guy yet. And it looks like the opportunity is there for them to take it and be the guy. They're not ready. So we'll see if Dallas can figure it out down the stretch. They're going to have a little more turmoil now because they're going to be facing some type of fine and discipline. Their coaches, for sure, for the practice. Then you've got Utah, kind of a grindy little club. Like, you can't look past them. They've seemed to have gotten a little bit better. They came in here. They beat us.
Logan Cooley's heating up.
Yeah, you just can't overlook them. Then you've got St. Louis, too, which I think they've been hit by the injury bug. And the strength of their team has been their decor, I think, for the last couple of years. Now that group is starting to age out, I think, and their forward group has gotten better, so they can score all of a sudden. Now they just have a harder time keeping the puck out of their own net. So we'll see what happens there. And then Nashville, maybe the most underachieving team in the NHL.
What are they last 10? Because they're coming in here tomorrow. I couldn't tell if they righted the ship or not.
4-5-1. They lost their last game.
That's better than they have been playing, I guess. But they looked rugged last time we saw them. We'll have to see if they look better tomorrow.
Yeah, they just seem to play without confidence, without jam,
without pace too.
Yeah, they're struggling through and through, and they're not going to find it. It's over. That ship has sailed. They're missing the playoffs. Then finally, it's the Chicago Blackhawks. Coaching change since then. They got a little bump, but now they've lost 4 straight. And Bedard looks a little bit better, but it's still the Chicago Blackhawks. But I think things in the Central are shaping up, and it looks good as we enter the halfway point. Minnesota sitting in second place with 48 points, Colorado 44, Dallas 43. There's a lot of movement there, but I think second or third is the place you want to finish right now. I don't know if you're catching Winnipeg. There's obviously still time, but I don't think you want to be in one of those wild card spots and have to play Winnipeg or Vegas on the other side.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We got to keep grinding and get ourselves in a situation where we've got a favorable first-round matchup.
Yeah. First things first. Get Kirill back, and then let's go. All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's throw this to party time. Champagne, Supernova, and spills, and all the other good stuff.
Happy New Year. Enjoy the Wags. All right, we're back. A holiday-themed episode. This is what we're going to call Wags 2 with a Roman numeral. This is bigger than Wicked, I would say. Similar to Wicked, like Pop Your Popcorn. Bigger. This is a blockbuster. One of my favorite episodes of the year. We get to chat with 2 of the Wags on the Wild team. Danielle Spurgeon, Lauren Hartman are here. This is sponsored by Duke Cannon.
Both of your husbands have very nice hair. And if they want to be clean, body wash, cologne, hair products, they should pick up some Duke Cannon, maybe for the stocking stuffer. Something to think about. There's also beard wash for Ryan.
They have scents too, so if their hands smell from hockey or anything like that, Duke Cannon has scents.
Yeah, so that's something to do. Welcome back. I am gonna. I don't know how we'll do this on television. I am gonna pop champagne.
Oh wow!
So good.
Happy New Year!
Oh,
And we'll kind of do this off camera. But how much do I pour in here? What do you,
Fill it to the top.
I'm not driving. Lauren drove me.
Okay, Lauren, you're getting less.
She'll have to manage the situation. They're pros at this. So
Here, you take over for a minute.
Hair is a weapon.
Pours.
Hair is a weapon.
It's like a beer. You have to tilt. That's not a good cup.
You want to do it?
Oh wow!
Yeah, you gotta tilt
So
It's a bad cup.
for those of you on the audio product,
Oh, that is a
pop the
bad cup.
champagne and
Try this one.
Okay.
He-
It's like
every part of it's been good except for the pour. He can't get it in the cup.
No, you got it.
By the way, cup with a hole in it.
Oh, okay.
Let's be fair.
Okay.
Let's not. She even said it right away. She said that's a bad cup.
She knows.
It's not you.
That's a
I
good.
don't, you know, it might be the styrofoam.
That's a good host. It just takes all the life right out of the champagne.
Here, we'll
Champagne's
keep going.
actually like gasoline.
Here.
It eats through styrofoam.
There you go.
Oh,
We've
thank
ignored
you.
this
We're,
stuff.
Yeah, that's
we're gonna cheers this
tiny
up.
little
All
bit.
right, I like it. So, right before we sat down, we had to talk about how to wear the headphones because is it hair in front of the ear? Is it hair behind the ear? We settled on hair in front of the ear.
Yeah.
But there's something I need to talk about because I think this might be strategic. And on the podcast before, we've talked about a good solid crew neck sweatshirt.
Oh.
And you guys both are sporting one, and they both have a certain
They're the
logo on it.
We got in the car and we're like, nice.
This wasn't on purpose?
No.
You're kidding me. This isn't on purpose because I wanted to ask you guys about this.
Does that say bunnies?
These are the bunnies. These are the bunnies bar and grill. So you guys are part of the pulltab clan
So Jared told me, he's like,
yes.
you might be talking about pull tabs today. I was like, perfect. I was planning on wearing
and wearing the bunnies.
Yeah.
And you guys just wore it randomly.
Yeah.
So you're part of the bunnies. We have so many questions.
Oh.
All right. Well, I say we start there, Kinger. What do you say?
That's great. I love that. You're both just happen to be wearing bunnies sweatshirts today.
It's just so cozy.
Crew neck. And
Hey.
crew necks are serious. It's not too loungy. It's no hood on it. Like you're ready to attack the day. That's what Jake Middleton says in a crew neck.
A crew neck. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yes,
should be
I don't even
giving.
know if they have a hoodie.
I do have a hoodie one.
You do?
Yeah.
We should be giving out bunnies gift cards to guests or something,
should.
shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Give it back to the community.
Did we give a proper intro to who was with us, by the way?
I did introduce both of them.
Okay.
Yes.
And it was proper.
I think so.
Okay,
Did I got it right? Yeah.
I actually don't remember.
Generally.
I don't.
All right. So,
He said both right names.
Yeah.
yeah. And okay. So, with the bunny stuff, pull tabs.
Yep.
How do you do it? You guys, we've talked about this, I think, with Jared. Do you do one tab at a time? Like how you pull a pull tab says a lot about you, and we're curious now.
I do one
one.
tab. Yeah.
One tab at a time?
Yeah.
And Ryan checks them all because half the time.
So where do you start? At the top tab?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone start. You can start at the bottom. I mean, you can do anything you want, but
So some people might peek and see if there's like a line or a serial number, or you might go
Yeah.
the middle.
interesting.
I think it's different for everybody.
Okay.
I do the triple pop on just the far right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then if I see a line, I let it simmer.
Oh.
I set it on the side and let it heat up.
Really?
Because I think if it's a 4 or a 12, if you set it aside, it could turn into a serial number. You don't let it simmer?
I don't really believe in that.
It
Unless it
could.
changes.
It could change. How do you know? You can't see under there. If you see a line, do you immediately open it
Yeah.
instant?
I don't
Yes.
think it changes. She might be right.
She might be right.
She might be right.
Do you actively play? Like so, or are you kind of like watching them play and watching the cardboard stack up, or are you in it? Are you buying pull tabs and opening them yourselves, or are they divided into 8 small piles and you take your pile?
Yeah, no. Well, so I buy a big stack, and then I don't know. I let other people.
pull your tabs?
Yeah, but so that's
like-
the hard part.
Who gets the?
Well, that's what I think you have to establish that before you give them away. Like if you win and it's my stack, or like I bought them, do I get that, or do you get?
No,
that?
if you're in, you can't go rogue in pull tabs. This is a very important thing.
There's pull tab etiquette.
So what you
Can't
do
go to
is
the bathroom with fresh tabs either.
That's right.
What?
Because you might sneak a winner in your pocket. We're talking East Side Minnesota here. You got to keep your eye on all your buddies. They might put like the serial number in the pocket, go to the bathroom, come back. Yeah, you got to watch out.
Wow.
You didn't know that?
Well, no.
Oh yeah.
So when the Wild do they do it? So when we do it, it would be, hey, I'm thinking about getting pull tabs. I'm going to go in for $20 or $40. I'm not an NHLer, but that would be in the beer leagues. That's what we do.
Okay.
And then maybe 3 guys say I'm in. So you take the $120. You got 40 from 3 guys. If you win, it's total community. Everyone
Okay,
wins
you split.
equally.
You split it.
And then you have to, even if I pulled a $5.99,
Yeah.
it's team because it's a we sport, not a me sport. Pull
And
tabs.
you all put in money.
Right.
That's right. And then we decide what to do next. We might say, cash out. What do we want to tip
Yeah.
the person?
Yeah, go get more.
Is that how you guys do it? Is that NHL? No.
I'm intrigued.
Well, no, but we don't pile our money together. Someone just goes and buys a whole bunch, and then the next person would go and buy another stack.
But what if you win? So
Well,
say,
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Ryan always wins.
Yeah.
What
I feel like
happens?
He wins, then he buys
Buys
or he
more.
takes the tab.
Oh, he buys
it?
buys
Okay.
dinner that day or whatever it is.
But I
Yeah, that
always
is
say,
true. The
like,
bill usually goes to the winner.
Yeah.
That person has to pay for the
That's
meal.
a whole new style of playing, and I don't think I dislike it.
it's similar to the credit card game. That makes sense that NHLers would play pull tabs
Like you
differently.
go up with 100, you buy 100 tabs or whatever. Let's
Yeah.
call it a $5 box, $20, whatever, and you just kind of distribute them. If you pull the winner, you got it.
Yeah.
And then you throw it on the tab at
Yeah.
Bunnies.
Yes.
And maybe a crew neck if you really had a big winner. Like,
Merch,
we're
yeah.
getting crew necks for everyone. We're paying for the tab. I like that. That's
Yeah.
NHL pull tabs.
Lauren, Lauren's, you're from Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
All right. So did you grow up with pull tabs?
Oh yeah, with my grandpa always.
So Grandpa's a big pull tab guy? Yeah. So you're familiar with it. You've been pull tabbing a long time.
Yes.
You have developed strategies. Now, pull tabs aren't popular in Canada, is that right?
No, we don't have them.
What do you think of it?
I love them.
It's a cute little thing that
I love
Minnesota
it.
does, right?
Yeah. It's like innocent gambling. It's
You know-
fun.
Cardboard slot machines.
Yeah.
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 I love it.
Where did you grow up, Lauren?
Lakeville.
Nice. Cougar or a Panther?
Panther.
Okay. And is a Panther better than a Cougar?
Well, North is the original school, so I would say, yeah.
You're the OG of Lakeville.
Panther seems younger than a cougar, just like in my mind.
But it sounds like a Panther's
I don't know why.
a Panther's older than a Cougar in Lakeville, correct?
Yeah, they've been around longer, I guess.
Oh, that we'll struggle with that for a
Why
little
are
bit.
there two? What are we
There's too
talking
many
about?
people.
There's 2 schools in Lakeville, 2 high schools,
Okay.
north and south.
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
Do we should we do wags on wags to start?
Sure.
So we had our wives ask questions for you.
Oh, that's fun.
Okay. And they actually did them by person, right? So I have questions for Mama Hartman and questions for Mama Spurgeon. Now, these are from our wives, so like normal listeners, like this is going to be a little different. So let's see what we got for Lauren here. What is the most unexpected part of being a new mom? Because you just had a baby. Congratulations. Keys Grady. Cool name. Very
Yeah.
cool.
You did good.
You did real good.
Most unexpected part?
Yeah.
Everyone told me I wouldn't sleep, but I sleep very well. But that's because of him. He's a good baby, I think.
Yeah, you just got a sack of potatoes, just chill kid.
Yeah,
He
he's
really is a
very
sack
chill.
of potatoes.
Yeah.
That's the best. Sleep
Like-
on your chest.
So, like, what's the secret? Is there like a white noise machine?
He does have one of those. I don't know. I think we honestly just got lucky because he's been sleeping through the night since he was 7 weeks old, 6 or 7 weeks old.
There's this narrative around Ryan where like everything's he's just lucky.
Yeah.
Is that true? Like he wins all the time.
Yeah.
You hear about he wins all the time.
Yeah.
He wins in the card game. He wins in this.
Yeah.
He wins in life. He's got Lauren. He's got a baby that sleeps. Like what doesn't he win at? He's just a
Yeah.
winner.
Yeah, he is. He's
Is that
very-
frustrating to be married to?
Yeah, he's very competitive too.
Like you play cribbage, like you just know you're gonna lose.
I will never win. Never.
Does he
Like
cheat
pull
though?
tabs?
Is he like kind of a scumbag? And like would he throw the board? Like I think Hartsey would cheat at that
Maybe
game.
at like Monopoly or something.
Yeah, right. Like doesn't
Board games he wouldn't cheat at.
not at cards. Okay, good. Danielle, do you cook? And if you do, what's your specialty? Like what if you had to be like, I'm on the Food Network. I'm going to bring this thing. What do you got?
I do cook. Yeah. I was really lucky. I grew up with very good cooks as parents. If I had to cook something, though, I'm very good at cooking steak, actually.
So you're like on the grill?
Yep. I could grill, yep. Or pan, yep. Oven. It doesn't matter. I feel like
That's impressive.
Good at, meat. I can figure out temps but I'm trying to think. What would I?
No hot dishes? Like, let's see how Minnesota.
I'm not a huge
no hot dish, no
I like
pots,
casserole,
no
but like, I mean, it's nice.
You like it once a year. That's like the rest of us.
Yeah, I would rather go like a slow cooker, like a pot roast or something, over a hot dish. Also, only because you have to smother everything in cheese for the most part, and our oldest hates any cheese. So
Lauren,
then I don't know.
Lauren, I love that you're hashtag one of us from Minnesota. Like, what's your go-to dish at home? Please be like tater tot hot dish
It's
or
not.
Oh, man.
Green bean
I do
casserole.
like tater tot hot dish, but I've never made it before. My parents make it for us.
Do you have a marquee dish? Every family has one. I think every parent has to have their dish. Like, my wife's is honey chicken all of a sudden.
Oh.
And mine would be smoked ribs. So, like, if you ask the kids, what do you want for dinner? They know what you're good at. Like, that's the beta test. You say, hey, what do you want me to make you for dinner? And they'll tell you, because it's the only thing that you're good at making. And for me, it's smoking ribs.
I don't have one.
Pretty good.
You don't have one?
No.
Nothing?
No, my wife's an amazing cook and like can do everything. It's like having it's amazing.
John's responsibility is the grill, and I can tell you that his wife has zero confidence in him and his grilling abilities, so she put the grill as far away from the house as possible so the house doesn't start on fire.
That's good. That's kind.
All right, let's move on. So actually, we got amazing. Have you looked at these? These are questions from the fans for you guys.
Are we allowed to drink?
Yes,
I wasn't
yes,
sure.
absolutely.
Cheers.
And we can refill as well. Hey, by the way, cheers.
That's what I was
Thank
waiting
you
for.
so much for coming back, Danielle.
for having us.
And congrats to you, Mama Hartman.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. These questions are killer from the fans. These are fresh from the fans from Pep's original Draft House Pizza. These are really good. And you guys can alternate. What's the best and worst or least ideal parts of being a WAG? Wife or girlfriend of a pro athlete? And there's a lot of questions about like these are really these are amazing. So what's the best and what's the worst?
Okay. The best. You always have like a big group of girls all the time. I like that
friends.
part. Yeah. And always new ones.
Like your own team almost.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yep. I like that. I think that's a good part.
It's fun too. There's always like events going on.
Yeah.
Get-togethers.
Yeah. There's a nice social life that goes with it. I like that probably the most. The worst, I would say like, I don't know, everyone, I feel like people assume that like everything is just always amazing.
Yeah,
and
like
easy and we have no issues and no problems.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, and it comes with its own set, but I feel like the only people that truly understand it are the other ones.
The ones that are in it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the volatility. It's the potential to have to move. It's the fear of unknown. Like, will we be here next year? I don't know. Should I buy
You're
a house?
alone
That's the hard
3/4 of the year.
Yeah, should I buy a house?
Your
I don't know. Lauren's realizing how hard it is to raise a kid with a husband that's on the road for the first 3 months of the year.
Yeah.
It's
Luckily I have family though. I don't know. I'm really lucky that family's here, but being away from family is hard if you have kids.
Oh yeah, and that's not your choice. That's the other hard part about being tied to a player is you don't have a choice where you are. Sometimes you do, but that's seldom. That's like twice in your career where you get to choose where I want to be. Otherwise, you're told to go here, you're told to be there, and you just
You should do it.
do it.
Yeah.
I remember the last time, and I don't know if what we settled on is WAGs a derogatory term.
Oh, yeah.
Because
No.
I think it's an awesome term.
But
you
in
guys
some
not
ways,
like it?
In
No,
some ways, it's like
an acronym. It's not really derogatory though.
yeah, but also what it means though is you're the wives and girlfriends of somebody.
Yeah.
It's almost like saying like you guys aren't the star
We are
of
not
the
our
show.
own people.
Yes, you know what I mean? Like you are a WAG, which means that you're a WAG to somebody else,
Yeah.
right? Where it's almost like an unidentifiable thing. But
Did you see this question? is about this. This is amazing. How do you navigate the balance between being a wag and just being your own person?
Oh, there it is.
This is basically like therapy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you ready? If we're coming out hot here, I mean, like, if we could have you lay down on a couch or something if you want, but that's a pretty good question. How do you,
If those
how do you
bunnies,
balance it?
if those bunnies crew necks aren't giving you a big enough hug, we can give you one too.
We're going to work through it all today. Stay loose.
That's a hard one. I struggle with that a lot. Yeah, you could ask Jared. That's like, that comes up a lot. But
Well, I can tell you how it went in my house. It's Ryan's life until hockey's done. Then it becomes Erin's life. She'll get to do what she wants. So there's a great sacrifice that you guys have to make to be able to do what your husbands do and allow them and support them.
Yeah.
Like you're making pregame meals. You're probably getting a second bedroom set up, Lauren, so that Ryan can sleep well and he can have his nap. And we're high maintenance creatures. But it changes. The day's coming eventually where all of a sudden you guys get to say, I'm gonna take a nap. You're gonna
My
make
turn.
me my pregame meal. Yeah.
it's like, it's kind of just its own little thing. Cause like, even if you really, like there's a few, I'd say that like work and kind of make that a priority. And it's amazing that they do it. But like, I don't know how I could, like the kids, if I get a call from school, Jared can't go get them. Like that's on me. Or if anything happens in terms of them, it's all me. So I was like, how do you get like a job? How do you go to anyone? You're like, okay, so I'd like a job, but at any point I could have to move or like, it's kind of, it's tricky. And then the other part is like, you also, have to be.
These are too hard. I'm going to do more fun ones.
It's great too, though, right? Like you get all of the perks of being a wag, but you have to make great sacrifices to do it. You're like, I can't do what I want because I have to be here to help the kids, or I have to be here to do this, and you can't always chase your desires, right?
No.
Like it's a big sacrifice, and I think people just say, "Oh, they're so lucky. They get to go to the fanciest steakhouses at the holidays. They get to have champagne. They get to go to the Spurgeons for Christmas. Like, what isn't so great about that? Well, you guys make great sacrifice. Is that fair to say?
I would say for sure. Yeah.
I was lucky where I was able to work, but they let me work remotely. So if they didn't do that, I wouldn't have been able to.
No, and like depending on where you play, like so we just got our green cards last.
Yeah, I was told to ask about that.
I heard it was really smooth.
Oh my gosh, no, it was the worst experience ever. It was awful. It was like 7 years coming. Anyway, we finally
Congratulations,
got them.
by
Thank
the
you.
way.
I can't be deported now.
Welcome.
See, was that scary for a while?
Well, only you just don't really know.
Yeah.
And so, and then I never had, up until this point, I didn't have a social security number. So I couldn't even,
I didn't even think about that.
you can't do anything.
Yeah.
I can't even get a phone on my own. Just like this little permanent visitor.
Well, you're in now. This is way easier. Do you shop for your husband's clothes or do they buy their own?
I shop for
Jared, yeah.
So they don't, so like when you see the game day walk in the tunnel photos.
No, I don't buy his suits.
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
but you buy regular clothes but not suits.
Yeah, he does some. I mean, it's just like they don't really have time. I don't know.
Yeah. There's somewhere on the road that Ryan always shops. It's like either San Jose or somewhere that has good shopping. I don't know.
San Jose does, right at Santana Row there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He always comes home with clothes from there. But other than that, I feel like
Yeah, I just go and
Usually.
grab things.
Does he come home with stuff for you?
he does occasionally.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came home with a sweatshirt though one time.
From Bunnies?
Then no, he does come home with those though, but he's wearing it. I haven't worn it once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like, this is for you, but it
This
doesn't
is for you, but I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a Hartman question. This is not from a fan, but so this guy's facial hair is just, it's a masterpiece, okay? He's recently shaved, I noticed. Where are you at on the spectrum with your husband's facial hair? From clean shaven, and this is very specific because he tries a lot of stuff, I notice.
Yep.
So you got kind of the 24 to 48, which he's in right now. You got the little kind of the greasier beard, and then you have the real beard where maybe it's like playoff beard. What's your ranking of those different facial hair experiences from clean shaven, couple days, thin, like almost like he's in a boy band beard, and then Stanley Cup beard? What do you got? What are your favorites?
I would say like the not clean shaven. He looks very young. Like,
It is shocking.
people always say like he looks like a different person every time I see him if he cuts his
He
hair.
tries a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So I would say My favorite would be like a couple days out.
And that's what he is right now? I'm trying.
Yeah, that's a good look. That's a good look.
I'm not, I mean, the big beard, I get it, but I would prefer like where he is right now.
Scruffy.
And he does a lot of things with the team, like when they get fines, it seems like he was heavily involved assembling this hard trophy in your garage.
He's a handyman.
Does he do stuff like that? Like Karts and I did he build your crib or like?
Yeah, he's good with that stuff. He just put up a new light fixture in there too.
Nice.
So he does all that.
He did build the
Wait,
crib?
so like that's like an electrician type of stuff.
Oh, he put it together. Okay, he didn't
Sorry, no.
he didn't make
Well,
it
you know,
out.
he's not going to whittle it from wood. Yeah.
No.
I don't know. Maybe.
Got a lot of time.
It's artsy. He might.
No, he definitely didn't do that, but he's once I saw him do the hard thing, I'm like, okay, so you're crafty too. Like I can take advantage of this.
Oh, wow. Yeah, funny.
Yeah.
You got to be careful what you're good at
Yeah.
home. That's for darn sure.
Yeah.
So he can do a light fixture. That's electrical. I mean, that's
Well,
You know what?
Shutting off all the power, and I was getting a little nervous. I'm like, I hope something bad doesn't happen with it.
You guys ever watch the show Alone?
Yeah.
No, but I've heard of it.
I've watched it, yeah.
I feel like Hartsey might win Minnesota Wild's version of Alone.
Yeah.
You know, where he could just be dropped off in the wilderness and just survive on his own with no help.
Yeah.
And he'd out-survive anybody else.
Figure it
We're
out.
opposites in that way too. He always wants to like go camping. I'm like, you couldn't catch me. There's no way.
Glamping, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Give me AC, some heat, some
Yeah.
fancy Edison lights, and I can do that. But
Yeah.
camping, no, keep your tent.
Yep.
I'm with you. I'm totally with you. What's harder at home? You guys have both had to experience this over the last year.
this is a great question.
Injured husband for an extended period of time, or sick kids for like a short period of time? Because an injured husband, I know, like
Yeah.
we get ornery.
Yeah.
Whiners too, right? Probably.
I would go harder sick kids. They don't sleep at night. I don't like that.
I think what you're saying is Jared's a saint.
He's pretty good. Like he was home all last season and he was awesome.
He was helpful.
He's more helpful. I said he doesn't really need me when he's home. But they get a little like in a funk.
Yeah.
It's
not- yeah.
You're new to that?
Yeah,
or new to the kid stuff?
Yeah. Like when you have sick kids, I mean, Meyer was up all last week with
Yeah.
croup.
Nuts.
And so she doesn't sleep at night, and you can't sleep through that.
Croup
She's
is
barely
brutal.
breathing. Yeah. Or like you get a stomach flu, and then they're puking all night. So you're just that's worse, I think, for sure. That's awful. Even though it's shorter.
That's a testament to Jared. I don't know what Ryan's like, but what would happen to me is I'd be home for like 4 or 5 days, and I start nitpicking absolutely everything just because I'm ornery and I can't get out of the house. And
Yeah. You're just angry.
Yeah, you're used
Yeah.
to like being able to skate, to go to the rink, to do what you need to do. You can't do it, so then I get frustrated. Then I'm like, "Hey, why is this sock on the floor?" Or just something that doesn't make any sense at all to be mad about. I get mad about, and she's like,
Yeah.
"You need to chill."
You're just irritable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's no.
But that doesn't
fun to
happen
be
to
around.
Jared.
No, because he would just like pick the sock up, and then like I just watch him like clean up, and I'm like, I was
Yeah.
gonna do that. We have different timelines. He's like he does right now. Like if something has to be done, he does it immediately, and I kind of just find everything will get done. I just do it on my own time, which is later than Jared would. So he beats me to it. So
Jared told us to ask you about. You guys must have gone on a run with concerts this summer. A lot of good ones.
Yeah.
I know you're a music person. Like, what were some of your best concerts? And then, who are you listening to now? Do you got a playlist on Spotify we can creep on? Like, where are you at with the music?
I'm all over the map. This summer it was a lot. We went to a lot of concerts that were great. I feel like,
What were your favorite concerts?
oh man, we went to Morgan Wallen twice. That was great. Noah Kahn twice. That one, I've always liked him, but I didn't realize how much until seeing him. We went 2 days in a row because it was.
He seems amazing. He seems
So
like
good.
he's so nice.
Yeah.
Is he like he just seems like a mental health kind of dude? And
Yeah,
did you
no.
go to Zach at
Yes.
US Bank?
Yep, we did that one too. I liked that concert. Yeah, that was good.
I wanted to go. That was my due date.
Oh.
We were out.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Sacrifices.
Yeah, no, I liked that concert. I don't love US Bank in general. Like just
You got to have good seats, or it's tough with the echo.
Try to stay on the floor, and that's that's helpful. It's fun that way. But
You have any sleeper picks, like stuff you're getting in? I did see you at Wyatt Flores.
that was a great concert.
Special young man. If
Yeah.
you're a fan of that type of music, check out the young kid from Stillwater, Oklahoma. You have anybody else you're listening to that's maybe on the fringe?
Oh, all over the place. I'm kind of back into country right now. I was very folk indie for the past month, 2 months, and now I've like looped back into.
What's your country jam? Are you doing like, is it Riley Green? And
I do love him, yeah. And
he's a stud. And so you're Morgan Wallen, that kind of.
that was like every day for so long, and now his 2 new songs, I can't stand them. I switch. My kids are like,
I don't even know which ones they are.
it's like love somebody. I don't know. The 2 new ones that are on the radio, and I cannot listen to them. I don't know what it is. I don't know where.
You do female country, like you like Lainey Wilson? You do any of that?
Yeah, I like Ella Langley right now. Yeah.
Ella Langley.
I don't love a ton of female country music, but some every now and then. It just depends. I'm kind of, like I said, I'm all over the map right now.
No, it's good. It's good that, I mean, it must be nice. So when there's a concert at the X, like that's a good scene. When it's not on a game night, it seems like the boys, they come out. It's like, oh, so-and-so's in town and we're home. That's got to be that's a winner.
Fun. Yeah, it is fun. I mean, it's nice because, we are so comfortable there. And so I prefer the X every time. I don't go to Target. I haven't been to Target Center in, I don't know, probably since like Garth Brooks 15 years ago.
Yeah, when he was flying around on the little swing over the crowd.
Yeah, I think that was my last concert there. I don't go to that venue for whatever reason. I prefer the smaller ones, to be honest. They're a little bit more, intimate.
Hey, Lauren, when it comes to Ryan, he plays a certain style of game on the ice that he draws negative attention towards himself from the opposition and maybe from the opposition's fan base.
Oh, yeah.
What's that like? And do you ever help him? Because I have to give him credit. He is really good at firing howitzers back at people, like on Twitter or X, whatever it's called now. You help him draft that up, or is that all him?
I tell him no.
You tell him no.
I'm like, don't start anything. It's funny, too, because he's like that on the ice and obviously on Twitter sometimes, but he's not like that at home at all.
So he doesn't antagonize at home?
I mean, a little bit, but not, like, he's very opposite, I would say. Like, when people meet him, they're shocked sometimes. They're like, oh, he's more, like, calm, quiet.
How about if he's driving or at a restaurant,
Any middle fingers?
If we're in Chicago, maybe, yeah. But not at a restaurant. No, like driving, though. I don't like driving with him at all.
Well, you got the new pickup, and that thing's got
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
it's got a nice little gas pedal.
Yeah. He hates how I drive, though, too. So I'm like, I don't know. We avoid if we can.
Well, what does he hate about your driving?
He thinks I'm too distracted.
Because you're on your cell phone?
No. I'm just looking around, not stopping in time, and yeah.
Oh.
Now that I have a baby, you have to be a little more careful.
It's terrifying driving a baby.
So scary.
Oh my God.
Is that the realest moment? That's like the realest adult moment of my life when they like let me leave the hospital with a human for the first time.
Yeah.
And like, this is mine. I can just do what I want with it.
Yeah.
Didn't feel right. And then you strap it in the car and you're like, we are going under the speed limit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that seatbelt fastened appropriately?
Back roads.
Yeah. Like you're like, this is unbelievable. Like it's like, this feels illegal that I have a kid right now.
They should give you like a tank to drive the kid home the first time. And I mean, it's terrifying.
It is terrifying. How did you drive home or did he?
He did. We live a mile from the hospital, though, so it was easy.
Down the road.
Yeah, literally. I had to walk to the
Did you sit shotgun or did you sit in the back?
I sat in the back.
Yeah, see, it's.
I did go.
I think
in
we
the front,
always
though,
sit
and
in
then I
the
was
back.
like, wait a second.
I can't sit up here.
Yeah.
You're now second fiddle, Ryan. I'm
Yeah,
riding in
yeah.
the back.
Yeah.
I will say, I think I did that for all, and then I know on like the last 2 kids, I was in the front seat.
Yeah, you're like, whatever.
Yeah.
They'll make it.
Yeah, that's funny though. I sat in the front, but I remember with the other ones, I was in the back, right next to the car seat.
Oh, yeah.
Peering over it.
Making sure they're breathing.
Yeah.
Is there anything he's good at that we don't know about or bad at that we don't know about? You beat him in anything?
Not like that he's bad at. No, I don't really beat him in much. I'm not gonna lie.
He's good at golf.
He's good at golf.
He's good at cards. Good at
Cards.
pull tabs. He's just.
Good at facial hair.
He might be bulletproof. But it doesn't bug you. It doesn't bug you at all that like the other fans get after him a little bit. You're just like, Oh, Ryan.
Sometimes that's why sometimes I'm like, just don't engage. Just leave it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's never going to happen. Just leave it.
Yeah, he won't.
I don't think so. No.
It doesn't bother me until I get messages. Sometimes I'm like, okay, that's taking it too far.
Danielle, how's your pool game these days?
My
Billiards?
Billiards? Oh.
Are you a sharpshooter? A hustler?
I used to be. And then I don't know, I hadn't played for a long time. And then, what was it? I don't know, I went on a hockey tournament.
You have one in your basement.
No, I know, that was before, but we went to Roseau, and we went to a little dive bar across from the American or whatever. And I remember we were teaming up, and I had to go with one of the other dads, and I swear he was just like, oh, all right, sure, you can be my partner. And I was like, it's okay. I played, and he was like, all right, sure.
Yeah.
And I surprised myself with how well it came. Everyone was like, oh,
I love that
you're really good at pool. And I was like, well, I grew up playing, but then, it just takes a little bit where you're just off by just a bit and everything's off. So I feel like I have to, I don't know, get back into it, but I do love it.
Well, Jared, I feel you and Jared, do you guys have a game going on downstairs in the basement? He was like, you got to ask her about billiards because I think he might be the better billiards player.
He is, yeah. Well, he's more consistent. I've usually had a few drinks, so
yeah, the tequila.
That or I like champagne for the most part. But he kind of keeps it together. He's got to practice or he's got to play.
But how about Legos? You're a better Lego builder.
Do you build Legos?
I have a
Where do you got more information? This was not on the podcast.
Did he tell you to ask that?
No, I just have a camera in the home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're big into Legos, like
So
Billy
there's
Garrett?
no S, but yes.
Oh my God! There's no S
That
on
was
Lego.
the greatest statement.
It is not plural. It is just
Lego.
Lego.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sign that you are
There's
serious.
sets, but it's just Lego.
And you do this on your own?
Yeah, no, it's a one-man thing. You can't build. I can give the kids their own separate set, little ones, to go, but they can't help me. No one can help me. You can't do that. Anyone would tell you that. You can't take turns. You can't.
This is outstanding. What are you building? Are you building Star Wars or
I do have some Star Wars, yeah. No,
What's your best set you've ever done? The most satisfying?
satisfying? A grand piano, but I like the modulars. It's like their cities.
Don't you have a train?
I have a few trains, yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably the most expensive hobby, to be
Do
honest.
you display them?
Yes, I have a room.
You have a Lego room.
Mm-hmm.
And are all the builds
In glass cases.
I have
so
the
Jared's
Titanic in a
jerseys are in the
glass
drawers, and your Lego are. I won't say Legos
See?
again. Your Lego is around
So it's upstairs in the bonus room. I don't really want it out in the open.
Because people could.
I had my windows all 3M'd too, so that it wouldn't wreck the pieces.
so that the sun wouldn't fade them.
Well, and it makes them brittle, so they'll.
There's lights that
I do. I have
shine
lights in my
under 'em.
cabinets. Yeah.
This is just unbelievable.
Yeah, but my
So great.
Titanic is in a case, and the thing is, the cases are almost as expensive as the set itself. So you only want to, I only enclose a few. I have my Eiffel Tower.
Where does one buy? Where do you get high-end Lego?
The Lego store.
So you go to Mall of America at the Lego store?
Well, so no, generally speaking, by the time it's there, it's already been out. So it's more of an online thing because as a VIP, you get access to it before it gets released.
So you're a Lego VIP.
Oh, yeah.
Place, too.
Oh, yeah.
What's the holy grail of Lego? Is there a stealth bomber that only 3 people have, or a White House, or?
It's hard to say. A lot of them, so it depends. I buy from the website, but a lot of them I buy through Marketplace, retired sets.
Retired sets. There's so many modular. Did you see her just throw modular out there?
It
She
means
threw so many words out there that I was like,
And then
didn't even know.
And Hartman's
these would be
chipping
the
in
same
and the
sentence with
lights
Lego.
and the.
Well, because they go, random people will kind of go up to see it, or if you, I don't know. Yeah.
Is there
Dude,
an Excel Energy Center Lego?
No, there isn't.
Let's go through a hypothetical scenario where maybe the kids are home alone for a bit, and
Yeah.
then there's somebody around the holidays trying to break in. Let's
Yeah.
call it home. They're home alone, like the movie.
Sure, yeah.
would you be upset if they used your Eiffel Tower and broke it in front of the door so that the intruders had to step on Legos? And that's torture. You know, that's a form of torture.
It's awful, right? Yeah.
Like, what happens if they had to use one of your
So you're
Lego
asking her
pieces?
to choose between her children and her
Yes.
Lego? Okay,
Yeah.
this is just to be clear to the listeners.
No,
I can
would-
refill your glass as well whenever you're
I'd
ready.
be just fine.
Yeah.
But no, they know it's the biggest rule in our house. Do not touch the Lego. I have a roller coaster set up like really close to the floor. And a lot of the sets don't actually move. You know, there's a few that that are cool that work, but this one works. And I know it's like the most tempting thing to them ever because they have, you know, it goes around and it comes back down. It's sitting like right at their level, and they don't touch it.
Do you have a camera in the Lego room?
I do.
For real?
Yeah.
And it's just a bonus room, and there's a camera in there.
Yeah.
There's security at the
Oh my goodness! I can't believe that. Whoever gave you that was a genius.
Oh, Jared.
Yeah, Lauren, I'm curious. What's it like when Ryan shows up to family Christmas for you guys now? Like, you're from Minnesota, from Lakeville. Did you have hockey family or like hockey people in the family? And then all of a sudden one day it's just Ryan Hartman's at dinner for Christmas or something like.
Yeah, I feel like for the most part, my whole family has been Wild fans for a long time, so they were excited. But no, it's just normal.
It's just
grandma
normal.
does say like my grandson plays for the Wild, and I'm like, you're not your direct grandson, but she tells a lot of people that.
Like your grandma ever like, Ryan, you got to stop giving people a middle finger when you're playing hockey.
Oh yeah, she'll make little comments, but for the most part, I don't know. I mean, they just think it's cool that he's playing here.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's beyond cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just normal.
Yeah.
It was like never a big deal. So what was the first time like, hi, this is my boyfriend Ryan?
Well, we started dating when we were 16, 17.
Okay.
So they knew him before he played.
So how did you guys meet?
My best friend was dating a guy on his team, the USA development team, and they were in Mankato. So we went to the game because some of our friends from high school were on the team too. And they would play against college teams at that point. So
Sure.
we went to the game and we met him after. And I mean, I was literally 16 years old, but we went to each other's prom. And it was back-to-back weekends. Then we started dating after that.
Wow.
Yeah. So long distance from the start.
We do have a love question from the fans. Should we? I feel like we could.
I love questions.
This question was, how did you know your husband was the one?
Wow.
I know. I mean, that's a great question. I mean, we're kind of in the zone right now. I feel warm fuzzies.
Yeah.
How do you know
Yeah.
that it's the one? I don't think you know till they say, will you marry me? And you're like, yeah.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like we did long distance too. So we did 7 years long distance. And I feel like that just doesn't generally work if it's not. You know, like that can fall apart real fast. And it just never did. I mean, it was easier to be together that far away for that long than to be not together at all. You know, that wasn't really an option.
Yeah.
How about you? You guys met young as well. How did you know? I picture a young development team, Hartsey. Like, did he wheel? Was he like charming or
No, he was
No
so
game?
quiet. No.
really? So he was shy.
Yeah.
Do you like me? Check yes or no.
No, it was literally like, I think he messaged me on Facebook, and then it was when you would like poke on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, the poke was a big
He
deal.
pokes you. No,
Forgot about poking. Yeah.
I'm serious.
that's so funny. We gotta get like, you know, that emoji or whatever for him because he kind of does that to the other teams too. He pokes them a little bit.
He's a poke VIP, like Lego. Oh my goodness, this has been great. Let's do New Year's Eve rapid fire. This is going to come out on New Year's Eve. So quick questions. You can kind of alternate. We're just going to ask you about the holiday of New Year's Eve. I generally think it's a little bit overrated. There's a lot of pressure on New Year's Eve, but whatever. So are you staying home or going out?
I think we're going to try and go out. We haven't picked. No, I don't. I mean,
And this is
I'm not
ideal.
staying
This
home
is your
alone.
ideal situation.
Oh, I like
Ideally,
to go out.
you
Or
wanna
like,
go out?
I want to be with people. I don't have to be out.
Yep.
I could be at a house,
How
but
about you?
I want to be
With
together.
a group of people.
Yeah.
Okay.
New Year's Eve kiss or no kiss?
Midnight.
Midnight, midnight. Like
I think
you gotta
I feel like everyone else
balls
is,
dropping.
So like, yeah, I don't know.
just happens.
Yeah.
It's natural.
I don't know. I feel like that's what everyone else does.
Yeah.
It'd be weird if like you
The
just
whole
didn't.
room is
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just sitting there.
You're like, hey, let's sit this one out. How about kids or no kids? New Year's Eve.
Yeah, it's hard. I'm usually no kids, but now mine are kind of getting to the age where they want to be to do something.
Catawba juice, noisemakers, the whole deal.
Yeah, it depends. This year they play at 7, and so it's kind of a long night anyway if they come to the game.
You're scheduled VIP, like you already know. They play
I
at
don't-
7 on New
They
Year's
play
Eve.
at
Like
7.
she knows that already.
Well, I have to know that. People keep asking. They're like, "What are we doing?"
CEO of the schedule.
know.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a ball drop Lego set? Like Manhattan, like the
Kaboom.
I don't want to distract you. Okay, midnight,
Good idea.
before midnight, past midnight, New Year's Eve.
Like, when are we going home?
Yeah, like when does the
Staying
night
up.
end?
Well, past.
Past
for sure.
midnight. Yeah.
Past midnight. Okay.
How about New Year's resolutions? Yay or nay?
No.
Nay.
Dry January.
No.
Okay, you have to watch one of these on TV. NBC's rolling with Hoda and Jenny. ABC's got Seacrest. We got the Nashville Bash with like Jelly Roll and somebody else on CBS, or we can do Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen on CNN. Which of those sounds the most intriguing, maybe of the least intriguing?
I don't know. Maybe Ryan Seacrest. Oh.
You go Seacrest
No
out?
idea.
How about you?
The Nashville one, probably.
Nashville Big Jam or
I think I
whatever
mute
it is?
it.
Yeah.
I think it's just on to know, like, I don't even know. I don't know. I think it's just on to be on.
Well, the lame
Yeah.
thing about it is New Year's
Nobody
is
consumes that.
No, I'm not watching it.
You watch like the actual ball drop.
Right.
Yeah.
And then,
Like,
but you're
that's
not
the
like,
countdown.
you're not interactively listening to what's
No,
going on.
I think it's on mute.
It's like the Wild games.
Yeah.
It's just on in the background when you're at
just
home,
on.
mom and hard.
Yeah.
And you might see the highlight of Jared scoring, but you're not listening to
No.
those meatheads talking
I just
on
listen
there.
for the name.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, he's on.
I want to do holiday gifts a little bit because this is going to come out after, so it won't be a spoiler for anybody. But you're going to have a big holiday with the new baby. I mean, it's going to be madness. Like this
Yeah.
is like laundry baskets of gifts coming to your house. Just so you're aware, it's
Tip
gonna
your recycling guy early.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
your bin is going to be,
be, you need garbage bags for the
Exploding.
wrapping paper.
yeah, because that's not recyclable.
It
So-
not
Wrapping paper is not.
How? Why not?
I always recycle it.
I
It's
do
not
too.
recyclable.
Why is it not?
I think because of the ink used down there or something.
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
Is
I
that
don't-
why people have issues with it?
Maybe. You're talking skin issues or something?
No, like just in terms of like how wasteful it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's
You can't
paper.
recycle it.
Well, that's dumb.
I know. So that's why your recycling guy will get upset. But
Oh, well, yeah.
now you all know.
I put it in
Single
every
sort
year.
recycling does not want wrapping paper that has to go in the waste
Okay,
bin.
that's an
Okay.
official message from Wild on Seven. Gift bags. Can you recycle those? I don't know.
I keep them.
So I want to know, like, I'm out of the game. My kids are old. Like the last time I knew what a cool gift was, it was like Tickle Me Elmo. So like, what are the gifts you're most excited about to either give the baby or to give your kids? And then what are you buying for the husbands? I will share what I got lined up for my wife, and you can tell me if I did a good job. But what are the gifts? You know, you give a lot of gifts, but there's usually only like a couple you're excited to give. You have anything, or you wait until late to buy?
I wait.
We were just
We're
talking about
like
this
we're kind of
on
the
way
same.
here.
We're procrastinators. We are
Yeah.
not great at that.
Yeah.
I still got a few kids to buy for.
What do the kids want? Like, what's the hot gift nowadays? Is it gift cards or like?
Are the boys into scents? Like is Zach into like colognes?
Yeah, he is. Zach likes cologne. Yeah. And then he wants clothes. Like he's pretty boring, or like a stick, hockey sticks.
What's the cool cologne? Like I'm like Drakkar and Polos. The last
You're
time
thinking
I
like
knew
cool
about.
water cologne.
Yeah, Nautica. What's a good scent for the young bucks?
I have no idea.
Tom Ford. Let's get these.
I don't.
Tom Ford.
Tom Ford.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good
I
one.
don't know. It's expensive.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just want to sting Jared.
Have you bought your husband's anything yet? Did you have anything cleared? Like the Amazon box came yet?
I have not bought Jared anything yet. I usually buy him clothes.
Wow, what is it? The 17th?
Yeah.
Cutting it close, ladies.
Very close. Yeah.
Yeah, they can expedite the shipping.
I know. We just talked about this on the way. We're like, we're going to actually have to go shopping.
know.
I can't do that.
Let's go to Bunny's.
Yeah. Get pull tabs.
Can I get a
Can you
t-shirt?
take pull tabs out of you can't.
No,
No one's going to
no.
know if they're out of your pocket. And
Well, so you likely wouldn't be able to cash it because that box will empty.
yeah. Well, what if you go back the next day?
It's a faux pas because the people playing, they exit out when you win.
Mm-hmm.
So if you took like a $5.99 home and they were thinking there was still one in there, and they played them all and it wasn't in there, so it's generally frowned upon to leave the bar with.
Well, how long does a box last, you think?
Not long.
Couple days.
Okay, so you got like maybe a day.
Yeah.
So you could get them on the 23rd.
You might be better off
Gift
getting him
on the 24th.
like a Dumb and Dumber IOU. Here is $100 worth of pull tabs. You're going to want to keep that one.
Yeah. What about a vending machine, though? What about a vending machine pull tab dispenser?
I think that's probably cleaner. You could probably, because there's, although they do mark off the winners on the vending machine too, they still have the board behind the bar.
If I was Jared, what I would do for you for Christmas is buy a pull tab box, the actual box itself.
I get the whole box.
And then when it's empty, you get to use it to display. You flip it upside down and display your Legos on the inside.
You know what? It might be cheaper than some of the actual displays. Those acrylic things are pricey.
How about you, Lauren? What are you going to get Ryan?
I got him a foot massager. That's one thing.
Like one where you sit you sit on the couch and you put your feet in it.
They have it, so it was an idea.
So, okay, hold on. I came from Dumba's.
Oh, yeah.
We went to Dumba's house and I sat in it during playoffs. Again, I put like every body part in it. I was like, I need this. So I bought it for the house and Jared was so pissed and he used it. He was like, this is amazing. And then someone else came over, used it, bought one. And someone else, and I feel like I've given this company so much business. Everyone keeps buying these they're so great though.
What's the brand?
That's
what is it? Who makes it?
That's weird though. Like
Dream something. There's Dream in it.
All right.
I don't know if I could do that though.
What?
Like use somebody else's foot massage.
No.
You wear socks. You should. It kind of hurts if there's.
It still just feels like this is like they're enjoying themselves too much when their feet are in there.
I put my arms. Do you remember I put my arms in it? I was like.
You also don't hug people, right?
Yeah, I know.
So we're on a little different. Can I, since you guys don't shop until the 23rd, I bought a couple gifts. I want to see if you think these are going to go over well. The wife wanted a diffuser for the house, like Kardashian maybe made one of these. By the way, not
like an
good.
essential oil diffuser?
It's like a hotel
or like
scent.
a humidifier.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I got like a thing that's going to make my house smell
is it
like
called?
a Miami hotel. I think I bought it Scentify. The problem with this, if you click on something on Instagram, my entire feed is now diffusers. Terrible. But so I don't know if that's going to be weird, like you roll into White Bear Lake and it smells a little bit like a Vegas hotel, or it could be awesome. So I want your thoughts on that to start. What do you think about a scent machine?
I mean, if she wants it, then she'll be very happy with it.
Okay, good.
I think you got to level up. I hope there's more.
Yeah.
Okay,
would
so
agree with
then
that.
I
It's
went
kind
with.
of like an appliance.
Yeah, I got you a Dyson, honey.
Okay, so not getting high marks for that.
Like that, or like I got you a treadmill.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, Jesus. I got her, I did a smooth move. So she bought a jacket for my daughter, who's 26, on Amazon. There's this one cool army green jacket on Amazon that's kind of a, whatever. It's like finding a cool thing at Target, right? And she loved it. And she was like, put it on and showed how, and I was like, basically, I know she wants this for herself. So looked at the receipt, bought the same jacket for her. Maybe that's terrible because they're both going to have the same jacket. Lives in a different state. So I think that's a smooth move.
I think that's actually quite thoughtful. That's sweet. She won't expect that.
I'm back. Okay.
All right, 1-1.
She has the same AirPod situation, not AirPod, Kirill Kaprizov. I think my wife has the same headphones as Kirill.
What does Kirill have?
Which are like the
He still has the wired one
2004.
that came with your...
but that's like a new thing now, to get rid of the radiation directly into your brain.
Oh, no. So this is like another wrapping paper thing?
I don't know. It's hard. They don't stick in my ears properly, but...
So I did buy her AirPods.
It's your ears telling you that it's dangerous. They actually spit them out. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I bought her AirPods so she can get rid of the cord, but maybe they won't stick in her ears.
No, so you know what I do? Okay, so I have them too, but on Amazon you can buy memory foam tips, and they're small, and they're much better. It's like a little pack.
I am 1,000% adding memory foam tips.
Yep. They will change everything. Because the other ones, they're too... Did you have AirPods?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you have any?
I still use the old ones, though.
Oh, the
they're
first
smaller.
ones. Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
so the new ones, they're big, but then you can buy the memory foam and they'll go right in there.
Will you get Lego for Christmas?
So that's the problem. You can't buy me Lego because I get it before it comes out. So,
He's not a VIP, I understand.
well, and that's like, I mean, if you're buying it after, I already have it.
And it's
I
linked
have
to your email,
cabinets.
so if he ordered it with your VIP, you'd get the
Well,
email.
and I'd be
it
mad
would
if
be
he
a surprise.
didn't order it through my account because I get
30%.
points. Right. I have I get so much money toward, for buying. But the thing
tough
is, like,
being Jared.
you have to buy it in advance. I mean, I have cabinets and cabinets of unopened Lego. I can't build at the rate that I buy it.
Yeah.
Do you ever say cool things to him like, by the time you know about it, I've already built it?
Yes, he already knows.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll be like, "Oh, look at this one. It's in the closet."
I did do
Like, how?
My last gift is wild themed. This would be an interesting one. The wife likes Middleton personality. She's done pull tabs with Jake, been holding his teeth. So that's an experience that you guys have both probably done as well. So I did get her a Midsy sweatshirt that was like some Etsy, janky, kind of his face.
Is that with the
Midsy.
mustache one?
Yeah, and it's like
I've
the
seen that on
visor
people.
has his name on it. So I thought that's kind of fun for a wild game. But what do you support that? A little folk hero
Yeah.
in the stocking?
Yeah, if that's who she likes, that's good.
I'm like 2 out of 4.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
50%, that's really good.
Yeah, I feel good. Have you bought anything yet?
No. Well, yes.
Okay, let's.
do
Now
experience-
you got to go on the stand. Now I just did with this diffuser. All of a sudden, is
So we don't buy things.
Oh, you buy
what do you-
experiences.
Exactly.
Oh,
Because like things like I've talked to her about this before. I'll try to buy her clothes or things and it's
Yeah.
not right. It's actually just a waste of time. So I'll spend tons of time trying to get it right and guess the size and do this and do that and it won't be right.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
You give her some love coupons or what?
yeah, so like a couples massage or something like that. And then she'll give me a couple of little trinkets or not trinkets, but things that she wants, like a really nice yoga mat or something like that she purposely doesn't buy herself just so that I have something to get her so that she can
Yeah.
open up on Christmas morning.
So what's the experience that you're getting?
Well, so a couples massage,
Okay.
and then this is coming out after, but tickets to Sebastian Maniscalco.
Oh, yes. I think we're trying to go to that. Is that at Target Center?
No, it's here.
Oh,
XL
no,
Energy
that's the one.
Center.
But the guys get home that day, right?
It's
At 5
actually
o'clock.
on
It's a-
Valentine's Day.
I don't even know what this is.
Oh,
What is
never
this?
mind.
Sebastian Maniscalco?
I do not know who
think
Oh,
this
you
is.
got to watch
fun.
that tonight.
Is
Yeah.
he a comedian?
Netflix, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hilarious.
I do know who he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the
There's
Italian?
another one
Yeah.
that comes in March.
Yeah.
That all the guys want to go, that we're going to try to go to, but they get home that day or
I
something.
can't remember his name.
That's good. I don't either.
Like Bargatze?
That was good?
Is it a comedian?
What did you say?
Nate Bargatze?
Yes, he comes later. I just saw that. That's
He's
a different
funny.
one. It's
He's
the
got a
Dave-
Netflix coming out.
Oh, it's Shane Gillis.
Gillis,
Yeah,
yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure. Nobody
So,
funnier than Shane
Yeah.
Gillis.
He gets in, I don't know. The guys play that day and then they'll make it back in time, I guess.
He's got to do Let's Play Hockey. Shane Gillis would be amazing doing Let's Play Hockey.
Yeah,
We got to
no.
make that.
I've
happen.
never seen a comedian in a big venue before. Have you guys? Is it worth it?
I have.
It's good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, it's still good.
One of them we went to Bert Kreischer. Is it Kreischer? But it was during COVID, so you had to sit outside.
With a mask.
Yeah, and it was cold.
Outside?
And in like lawn chairs, yeah. Like,
Outside
spread
where?
out. It
Where was
an
this?
Outside stadium in Chicago.
Oh.
It was in the suburbs.
Oh, jeez.
So that one was interesting, but I think we've seen Kevin Hart too at the United Center.
Yeah.
I saw Bargatze. He was great.
So you're laughing in there.
Yeah, and you're drinking. You got the tall, like, seltzer that's as big as your head. It's a good, yeah, whatever that. It's like literally.
pounder?
It's huge.
It seems like they only sell them at live events. I don't even-
Bedwetter,
I'm pretty
24
sure
ounces.
it's like a
I think it's like a
750.
6-pack of seltzer.
Yeah,
the
it's
Wild
like a
has it.
bottle. Yeah.
Seltzer? Yes.
Seltzers, yeah.
There's no S on seltzer. This is my world.
But you can have plural.
I have a seltzer
You can
room.
have a few.
Black cherry, and there's a camera. I promise you. Do you guys decorate? You get big into the holiday stuff? Are you going to host you guys do a lot of hosting? Are you doing like a Christmas thing too, or is that total? That's just your family.
No, so it depends. I've already asked around this year. I think almost everyone has family in town. There's maybe just a few of us. So for those people, it's sort of just, we've kind of said, like, just come over. Just, unless you want to be alone. But if you don't, I like Christmas, come over at like 11 and we'll just hunker down and,
Just hang.
yeah.
Do you think ham is the official food of Christmas? I'm confused because Christmas seems to be lost. like turkey's obviously Thanksgiving, but like I don't really know, like you can even bring barbecue is Christmas a free for all?
I don't know. What are you making? Because you have 1,000 people coming over.
We do like a Swedish meal because my family is from Sweden.
What is in a
Meatballs?
Swedish meal?
Like Swedish meatballs
Nice.
And mashed potatoes.
and lefse and yeah. But we're hosting like 30 Hartmans.
What are the Hartmans like?
They're fun.
I bet they
A
are.
lot. They come from all over too. Like there's the Texas family coming up this year, which will be fun. But we actually ended up getting an Airbnb to host that celebration. And then at our house, we're just doing the brunch, and then everyone leaves. And then we'll go to my family. So
That's a good way to do it.
yeah,
I'm going to have like you're having a host house.
yeah,
That's so great.
yeah.
Like we're going to invade your space, guests, and we're going to host in your kitchen.
yeah.
And we'd like it clean by 11 when we show up. I love that.
Yeah.
That's genius.
That's
So
smart.
you guys have an outdoor rink, right?
Yeah.
What's the status of the ODR? Is it in great shape? Do the kids play so much hockey they don't even use it? Like, where are we at with the ODR?
No, they've been using it a lot, but so they with yesterday or whatever the weekend, however warm it was all
Water.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Not
was
all water, just the tops.
top.
Yeah.
So, but you couldn't skate on it.
Yeah.
But Jared did say it was good because it kind of just re-leveled everything.
yeah.
Yeah. It's in good shape right now, I think. It's basically like it's been newly flooded, but I don't know. It's supposed to be like this for a while, right? This
It cools
weather?
off.
Yeah. They should be able to skate on it.
Yeah, they should be able to skate tomorrow.
Okay.
18th.
Yeah, no, they skate a lot. It's nice. And then both of them can tie their skates. The boys can tie their skates for the most part. I mean, Zach for sure, but Jace is pretty good at it. So we're just tying the girls, the youngest girls.
Does rink maintenance ever fall on you?
Yeah. And I'm not apparently very good at it.
Uh-oh.
Although I was better last year. The year before that, it was like, I think it snowed and then maybe rained. I don't know, but it was like a good 2 inches of kind of this
Slush?
weird,
Slush.
yeah, not sure. So I was like, I got to get this off. This is bad. I got to get it off. You don't get it off. You don't touch
Slush,
it.
you leave.
You don't touch. I've learned that. So I started scraping and I was like, oh no, this is bad. But then, so I stopped.
Because it would take too long.
Oh, it's too heavy, too.
You can't get it off, but
Your
it's
back will
also
break?
like scraping the top layer of. It was a disaster. It was bad. So I left it alone, which could have been worse. I don't know what's better. I don't know, but apparently you're supposed to leave that alone, let it refreeze, and then shovel. But I
now
didn't
you know.
I know. I wrecked it. So that was actually why we bought the Red Dragon, because
Oh, yeah.
I put a giant.
What's a Red Dragon?
It's like a torch.
Oh.
It's quite dangerous, actually. There isn't like an off switch on it. Like if you fall, it's still going.
It's just a flamethrower.
Yep.
And you're on ice.
Yeah, I don't know about the Red Dragon.
Oh
I
my
never had a
gosh.
Red
It
Dragon.
It is a torch. Yeah.
It's a giant torch.
Yep.
That seems safe. I have 2 questions left. Do you have any?
No.
Okay, I do want to do one hockey question. The team has just had an awesome start. Won 20 out of 30 games. I mean, so many good things happening. Is it different? Like, I know that it's your life and you've been doing it a long time, both of yous, but does it feel different when they're having success or they're getting off to a great start? Is it just kind of your life? I'm just curious if you're like, I'm a fan, right? So I'm like, this is great. We have stuff to talk about on the podcast, but I'm just curious, like, do you feel a difference when a team is coming together?
I think so. Yeah.
Everyone's happier.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a way better vibe.
Yeah.
My husband smiles.
Yeah. It's also just like, I don't know, a little bit of like job security for a lot of people too.
That's
Generally,
true.
if you're playing well, you don't really want to mess anything up. So there isn't a lot of like
Volatility.
concern about, losing players or GM wanting to mix things up. So that's nice. I think, yeah. I like it though. Everyone's a lot more relaxed, a little happier. Yeah. It doesn't.
It feels good. I like the vibe.
Yeah.
The vibe is good.
It is a good vibe.
I actually lied. I'm going to give a Minnesota goodbye. I have 2 more. So we were told by Jared that you were a saint because we tried to get dirt on you guys, right? And so he gave us the green card. He gave us the concerts. That's what he gave me. This Lego thing happened way after. He gives Carts used to play Stanley Cup. They have their own fraternity. I didn't get the goods. But I asked about you. I'm like, Heartsy's just a knuckleball. Like, we got to have stuff on his gal. He was like, no, man, she's a saint. Is that true? Are you a saint? You got to have some edges. Give us something.
Yeah.
Prove you're not a saint.
Like, have you ever gotten a B?
A what?
Like a B? Like you were straight A's. Like you ever get a B?
Well in school.
Do you swear?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Do
say,
you
dang it?
like give us something edgy? Give us like
Yeah, like
know,
you
do
ever had a speeding ticket?
You buy a lot of wrapping
A lot of
paper?
those.
Like just buy tons of wrapping paper?
I'm super wasteful.
Okay, good to know.
I think she's making this up now.
No. One
is
time
she a saint? Is she a
twerked on a
saint?
wall in Vegas.
You twerked?
On a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wall twerked.
Whole dress.
Too.
I did not.
The other girls did.
I didn't know girls from Lakeville could twerk. That's
was- I
I
outstanding.
don't
mean-
know if I could.
Yeah, you did a good job.
It was more of an attempt.
It was good. It was good. But she was in a dress, and
It was my birthday.
it was. That was actually during playoffs. We went. It was frowned upon, but we went.
Yeah. Probably won't.
When was this?
Playoffs. Whenever we played Vegas first round.
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't there for that. There was another time where I was in Vegas at the same time that some of the wives were.
That was a bachelorette.
That was your bachelorette party?
Yeah, guys were also there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm with a couple of my buddies that live in Vegas, and they're walking by the
yeah.
Cosmo,
I
and
saw
they're like,
you.
"Oh my gosh, look at how beautiful all these ladies are!" And I didn't pay any attention to it, and I look over, and it was Danielle. I was like, "Oh my God, don't talk to them!"
We're not mixing.
I was like, "No."
I know. We
no,
were in
we're
the.
going."
We were sitting in those booths, and
Yes.
you came in right behind
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, and my face was like 50 shades of red. I was like
That was funny.
embarrassed.
I
Like, my
forgot about
buddies-
that.
my-
Yeah.
I was like, "You moron!"
That'll sober you
But how
up
would they
real
know?
quick
they
in
didn't,
Vegas.
They didn't know.
No, and I mean, granted, it was like there was probably like 15 of us.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All just by ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my buddy cast a wide net, and it was odd, awkward.
This is
Funny for
It was funny.
I think this is a closer unless Karts has something. But I have a group of people we get together at the end of the year and we put one word in an envelope. And then when we have dinner a year later, we open it. And so it's not really supposed to be like get in the best shape of my life or do this next year. It's just like a vibe word that you want for the year. So I wrote Italy last year because I wanted to go to Italy with my buddy. I didn't do it. It's going to be kind of a loser dinner for me this year. But if you had to put a word, so this is coming out on New Year's, and you're just putting a word in there that's kind of like, it's not nerdy resolution BS. It's just like, if I could have 25 have a lot of this word on it, what would be your word?
the 25 bingo card.
Yeah, like
and the
if you-
one thing that makes you hit bingo.
Yeah, if you just want to, and it could be like something, kind of abstract, or what might you write on that piece of paper and tuck in the envelope?
I don't know. I mean,
Sibling,
Oh gosh.
sibling. Oh my God. I was like,
I'm into
Irish twins.
We were supposed to go on our honeymoon last summer in Italy, and then I was 7-8 months pregnant, so we didn't get to do that. And then this year we have like 10 weddings over the summer, so
can't do that.
yeah, that won't be happening.
I don't know. While we're on the top, I want to win. We only have like 2 more years after this.
Yeah, that's a great word.
This is a good little group I like right now. I'm like, this would be fun.
That's an outstanding way to end
Nice.
things, because that's what we want to.
Yeah.
We like to say, we're here.
Till it's here.
Thanks, ladies. You're the best.
It's a walk off. When we win, we walk off.
That was outstanding. Thank you, ladies.
Thanks. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.